Kanisha Muhammad Juko, and I'm going to recite you a poem about Uganda. But out of my time, I would like a round of applause for my amazing school and my beautiful coach, Coach Sadi. So my poem starts in 3, 2, 1. When God created Uganda, He whispered, "Live," and the land obeyed, bursting into green breath, blue waters, red earth, and a heartbeat strong enough to echo across centuries. I began my journey on the shores of Kalangala, where Lake Victoria stretches like a giant blue carpet. The waves spoke gently, telling stories of fishermen, storms, and survival. Then I traveled up to Jinja, where the Nile begins with a quiet promise. The water there feels alive, as if it knows its journey will carve history. I moved north, where Kitgum and Lira wore resilience like Then the West called my name. A land stitched with lakes, embroidered with forests, and kissed by mountain fog. In Queen Elizabeth Park, I watched elephants walk like kings, and lions glance at me with golden eyes full of stories. Down south, the volcanoes stood like ancient gods. Their peaks touched the clouds as if shaking hands with heaven. And in their forests, gorillas moved with a quiet dignity that reminded me of who we are, gentle, strong, and connected. Returning to central Uganda, I found Kampala alive with sound, music, markets, footsteps, dreams, all tangled together in a dance that never ends. Uganda is a song, sometimes soft, sometimes fierce, but always beautiful. A place where every tribe, every tongue adds a drumbeat to the rhythm of home. Where people are kind, welcoming, and accommodative. When God created Uganda, He whispered, "Live," and Uganda has been living loudly ever since. So let's protect, conserve, and uphold the beauty. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Muhammad Hanisha, for that beautiful piece. Let us have Hawa Sharatisha on stage. Please start whenever you're ready.
I begin in 3, 2, 1.
When God created Uganda, a masterpiece divine, He crafted a land of beauty rich and bold, where diversity thrives, young and old. A treasure so fine, from snow-capped Rwenzori to the savannas wide, He painted a canvas where nature's splendor resides. Come, let's dive in together. In the heart of Africa, where lakes shine so bright, I wander through paradise with wonder in sight. The source of Nile, where waters pure and clear flow gently, nourishing life and banishing all fear. Come, let's dive in together. You see, when He created this nation, He placed everything where it's meant to be. The way He designed the crested crane with black, their color, I mean the black beauty. Red, red that represents brotherhood between them, the blood that runs through their veins and connects in a way that shocks the weather. The white that keeps peace between them, oh, I mean them together. And not forgetting the yellow that represents the abundant sunshine, the natural light that when it hits that black beauty, it shines so bright like a diamond in the sky, better than the white. Come, let's dive in together. Oh, well, it is land natured by flea. When you see it yourself, you realize the glee. A nation that stands tall with roots of integrity. When you see it, you realize the breathtaking forever. You'll never be able to forget this beautiful natured umbrella. So come hold my hand and let's dive in together.
Okay, as we hold your hand, thank you so much for that very beautiful piece. Can we have the next poet on stage?
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Namsabi Yasmin, but before I start my poem, I would like to thank my favorite school, KY, and my one and only coach, Coach Sauda. My poem will begin in I Love Uganda. Dimuna Uganda. You see, when God created Uganda, He used a golden hand to bestow a light so bright on a nation so small, but magnificent, intelligent, and bright. Nzenkugambi. Hey. When God created Uganda, He gave her people a heart so fine, hospitable and kind, intelligent and bright, and features distinct and unique. Ask about my delight in Senene and Rolex. A taste so sweet. Dhamvuluga in Bugisu, Amaleo in Busoga, and Odi from the north. I tell you, Uganda's no joke. When God created Uganda, He took an extra minute, gifted her the Nile, long, warm, cool, and fresh. A wonderful sight to behold that generates hydro, mukene, and more. What a beauty. When God created Uganda, man, he didn't just create. He designed, He crafted an art, He perfected a treasure with great figure. Look, the climate, so cool, what a view. Of Rwenzori, snow-capped top, of Wagagai at Mount Elgon, of Chitagata hot springs, a life, a treasure like no other. When God created Uganda, He gave it food so good, Olumbo, make you drool, just to mention for the joy. So let's sing with pride. Oh Uganda, may God uphold thee. Thank you.
It must be nice being Coach Sauda. Thank you so much for that beautiful piece, Jasmine. The next poet on stage.
My name is Njsdc. My poem is entitled A Journey Through God's Masterpiece. Uganda, my homeland in Africa, following equatorial regions, having beautiful sceneries. Oh, Uganda, my home. Uganda, my homeland in Africa, following equatorial regions, having beautiful sceneries. Oh, Uganda, my home. When God created Uganda, He did not whisper it. He announced it. Poured sunrise into the valleys, scraped mountains against the skies, and said, let this land shine brighter than any border drawn by man. And that's where my journey began. I walked west, where the Rwenzori mountains stand like giants refusing to kneel. Clouds circling their shoulders like crucials. The air cut sharp, cold and clean. A reminder that beauty doesn't ask for permission, it just rises. Then the world deepened, darkened, windy, impenetrable. A forest so alive that it breathes, leaves murmuring ancient prophecies. Gorillas looking at me with eyes that hold whole histories. And I swear, even silence bowed to that place. Northwards, boom! The earth shook with my children's roar. The Nile, not flowing, not drifting, but forcing its way through rock like freedom-breaking chains. Power isn't violence. Power is persistence. East, where sleepy falls leap off cliffs like they're tired of waiting. A silver ribbon streaming joy into the air. And I let that sound wash courage into my bones. Then south, to the vast whisper of Lake Victoria. Blue stretching further than doubt. Fishermen casting their nets like prayers. Peace isn't a word here. Peace is a feeling. But the journey wasn't done. The savannah called. Elephants marching with old wisdom in their steps. Giraffes writing poetry in the sky in every move. Lions rumbling low enough to shake your fear loose. Wilderness here doesn't threaten, it teaches. By the time the journey circled back, my feet were dusty, my heart was full. Uganda isn't just something you see. Uganda is something you feel in your ribs, in your breath, refusing to dim. When God created Uganda, He did not create a country. He made a masterpiece, a melody of mountains, lakes, and rivers, a land stitched together by miracles. I stand here as a believer, a witness, a traveler, because no other land shines brighter than the one God spent his time on. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lenity. Indeed, God spent his time on Uganda. Let us have the fifth poet.
Dear judges, my name is Rihanna Msuza, a primary 3 pupil at Eke Junior School. I'm going to present a poem about when God created Uganda. The poem begins now. When God created Uganda, he dipped his brush in morning sunlight and painted a land where every horizon whispers in a different miracle. I began my journey where the Nile is born, watching water wrestle with rocks, then dance into a river so mighty. It carries the heartbeat of Africa itself. Children laughed on the banks, their joy rising like birds started into flight, and I knew this land breathes life. I traveled north, where the savannah rose like a golden carpet, stretched out for lions to walk as kings. Kidnappers once told ancient stories, dust rising like memories, and every sunset burnt in colors that no painter could ever steal. Then I wandered west, where Renzori mountains guarded the sky, their snowy crowns floating like silent prayers. The cold beat my fingers, but the beauty held my breath hostage. Peaks piercing clouds, streams whispering secrets of glaciers older than time. And when I thought I had seen it all, I reached Lake Bunyonyi, a necklace of islands lying gently on the chest of the earth. The water was so calm, it felt it listening to my thoughts. Then came Karamoja, where culture dances on bare earth, and cattle stretch across the plains like living constellations. In their songs, I had pride, raw, unbroken, and beautiful. And so I stood at the end of my journey, knowing why this land shines brighter than any other. It's not just the mountains, rivers, valleys, or plains. It's the spirit of our people. Warm as sunrise, bold as the crescent crane, and unshakable as the Nile's internal flow. When God created Uganda, he made a masterpiece, and every road I walked proved it true. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rihanna, for that beautiful piece. We also breathed through it.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Subographer Elvis, a student from KY Boarding Nursery and Primary School. But before I start my poem, I would like to send a shout out to my dear coach, Teacher Sauda, and our loving school, KY. Thank you so much for all you've done. My poem starts in 3, 2, 1. The Pearl of Africa. When God created Uganda, He took an extra hour to mend it to perfection. He blessed it with the Busoko Falls in the Busoga land, situated in the bubbly, fresh and living waters. When God created Uganda, he worked with a joyous might. He poured the Narubale, a vast silver lake. He set the Sese Islands like emeralds floating on trees that caught my sight on the days of my visit. He built snows on Renzori, where glaciers scrape the sky, where the bearded vultures fly. He adorned the crested cranes like jewels on fields of sugarcane domain. What a wealth of nature! What an extravagant design! From the dust of Kampala's hills, the silt of Kigezi's shore, breathed a pride of cultures, a diversity to behold. Lit the fire for Luombo, the steam that tells of home. Give the voices that chant hymns in Ankole, Buganda, and in the far east. Dear time traveler, just like me, come and witness, not just lake, beast, or tree, but the true meaning of art, the living portrait of what true creation means. One in the shared banana mill, the night stories, the dignity in every face that shines bright. For when God created Uganda, it must have been the final part, not just the power of Africa, but the resilient, beating heart. With kind and generous people, so friendly and comforting, welcomed me to this magnificent land. Let's protect the grains of the Lord. Let's restore, rebuild, and rehabilitate. Before you book a flight to Dubai, take the bus to Bunyonyi and bask into goodness. Enjoy the border ride and laugh at the Mbosisa border. For I have toured and traveled the land, but Uganda is a beauty like no other. And that's why I proudly sing, I love you, Africa. I love you, Africa. I love you, Africa. I love you, yay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Raphael. Africa loves you too. The last finalist on stage.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Akandwana Hoberan. I begin in 1, 2, 3. When God created Uganda, He gave us life, He gave us love, He gave us Posho, He gave us parents, He gave us Museveni. That's what I thought. In 2017, Uganda approximately welcomed over 1,400,000 of tourists, generating millions of dollars in revenue. I wondered, how can a country with Uganda, with Portion, have that beauty? I scratched my head, I researched ahead, I tirelessly traveled and trekked across Uganda, Buganda, Busoga, and more. I found out that when God created Uganda, He carefully crafted the masterpiece, a land of breathtaking beauty beyond compared, covered in peace, from windy's marvelous mist valleys, the marvelous hiking trails of homes of thousands of gigantic gorillas. When God created Uganda, He finally formed a work of art, sculpted the valleys, the hills and mountains with His mighty arm. The Mississippi falls freely flow like liquid silver down Elgon slope. A home of souls so sweet, secure, sparkling like silver. When God created Uganda, He made it a place of peace, heaven to millions of mind, where calm and love do release. He filled the air with sweet, scented flowers. When God created Uganda, He gave it a heart of gold, with people warm and welcoming, brave and bold. From wildlife, from free, from the zebras and Tulega, from the lions and Pologo Marine, and the Nile's majestic flow as if heaven is so near, and climate's gentle touch brings cool temperatures and dancing rains. When God created Uganda, he smiled and said, I have saved the best for the last. So let us carefully, continuously conserve it. Plant trees, conserve swamps, manage our waste properly to keep its beauty. Keep its glory, treat it like a baby, feel it, love it, sing it. Oh, you have no clue how I feel about it. It's not just a finest poem. Nkwagala Uganda yange, nkweitira mama, nkweitira kirabo kyange, nkweitira nyabo. Dear God, when you created Uganda, you meant peace, not pain. Please, protect our pearl. If people power fails, please let my poem prevail. Amen.
Okay, indeed, when God created Uganda and when God created the finals, he decided to as well preserve the best for last. So that marks the end of our juniors round poetry genre finals, and we are crossing on to the seniors. The poets who are in the semi-finals senior category, are we here? Are we here? Are the poets senior category here? When I read your name, you come to the front where the juniors were seated.